Nostalgia. There isn't anything like it. That warm feeling of seeing something that sends you back to a fonder time. Seeing a familiar image or hearing a certain song that transports you back to the days when you were happy and life was good. Nostalgia is a powerful and beautiful tool, but is it being used too much these days in pop culture? I saw the new trailer for Jurassic Park Dominion the other day, and the inclusion of Sam Neill and Laura Dern really got me thinking. Man, we are getting a ton of nostalgia porn lately. It seems like every time I turn around, an old character from a previous movie is showing up, or there's a sequel to something, or a reboot of a franchise. And a ton of movies and TV shows can't help but bring back the past. And the nostalgia bait has been at full force lately. The previous Spider-Man showing up, The Matrix, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Michael Keaton's Batman, Ghostbusters, The Predator, Terminator, West Side Story, Sex and the City, Saved by the Bell, the live-action Disney movies, the 6th incarnation of Batman, 4th Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot, 12th Halloween movie, 8th Mission Impossible, Scream 6, Lightyear, Candyman, Jurassic Park, Star Trek Picard, Indiana Jones 5, Top Gun Maverick, another Fast and Furious, another Avatar, another Thor movie. Fuck! It can honestly feel a bit overwhelming at times. It seems like Hollywood is constantly squatting down and shitting reboots, sequels, and nostalgia bait onto our faces. Will bringing back Sam Neill really help the story of Jurassic Park Dominion? Or is he just there to bring back the memories? Oh, I remember the other one he was in. Yay, I like it now. Yes, he's in there to feed 40-year-old men memberberry pie. It's so goddamn lazy. And I know everyone, including myself, loves seeing Toby and Andrew again, but let's stop lying to ourselves. They were there purely for nostalgia points. Yes, they figured out how to implement them into the story where we thought it felt natural, but Tom didn't need 2 other Spider-Men to interfere in his 3rd movie. And it's not closing in on making $2 billion solely on the quality of the story. The only reason most people enjoyed The Matrix Resurrections at all was because, hey, it's cool to see Neo again. I remember Bullet Time. Book of Boba Fett just showed us that they can have a completely incompetent show with subpar writing, but if you throw Luke Skywalker and Cad Bane in there, we'll drool out of our mouths like babies and forgive all the other shit. The first ever Flash movie? Let's throw Michael Keaton in there. You've already seen Ghostface stab people 4 other times? Let's do it again. Wanna see a prequel movie about the origin of a character that's already been in 4 movies? We got you covered. Man, I'm already tired of these movies being culminations and celebrations of the past. Let's come up with some new IPs to fall in love with. You can't have characters to bring back unless you introduce new characters. Now that No Way Home made so much money and it's been proven how popular this can be, I'm afraid that more movies are gonna chase this formula in the future. Bring back the past for one last big unnecessary team up. And I'm at fault for this too. I went and saw No Way Home, and I cried when I saw my childhood hero come back again. There was an uncontrollable emotional reaction that I had seeing him because some of my fondest memories on this planet are connected to him. The chemicals in my brain go crazy at the mere sight of this character, and they know it. It's nostalgia. But is it really as big of a problem as I'm making it out to be? No, not really. Even with all of the reboots, sequels, prequels, and nostalgia bait I just mentioned, it's only a fraction of the total amount of films that come out each year. Out of the hundreds of movies that come out every year, this crap is only like 10% of them. Maybe even less if I'm being honest. The problem is that they're being marketed to us while other smaller, more original movies are getting buried. They don't have the budget or the confidence to let us know that they're even coming out. Studios are getting more and more gutless, and they think if you don't have some sort of nostalgic hook or familiar property, it will bomb. That's why you see a Fast and Furious ad on every other YouTube video. But you might not even know that movies like After Yang or The French Dispatch are even coming out. Movies that have original ideas, original characters, original IPs are being left in the dust in favor for the next big boom boom movie with X character from 15 years ago returning. These repackaged, lazy cash grabs are dominating movies with something new to say. And yeah, it's cool to have Sam Neill back, and it's cool to see Toby again, and it's cool to have a Buzz Lightyear space adventure movie, but let's not lie to ourselves here. These properties aren't standing on their own. They aren't succeeding because of the deep story and character work they're putting in. If I see a trailer and automatically feel connected to it before I even see the movie, that's not a success of the actual movie. That's just nostalgia. When I went in to see No Way Home, I already had the preconceived notion of the previous villains being in there. I already had love for Green Goblin and Doc Ock because of what they did in their other movies. Doc Ock didn't do anything in this movie to make me love him. It was just excitement from before. The memory of seeing Spider-Man 2 in theaters when I was 9 years old. Before I knew how the world was. Before I had to get a job. Before I had bills, before I knew what depression and anxiety were. That memory and those feelings are ingrained into my psyche. So I'm gonna light up during the film regardless of the actual content in it. My guys are back! This make me feel good. This moment between Toby and Alfred Molina actually made me clutch my chest and cry. This moment had no place being in this film. It had nothing to do with the plot. It didn't further Tom's story. It was just great fan service. Great nostalgia. So yeah, nostalgia is a time capsule of emotions. And when used correctly, it can be absolutely glorious. But in the wrong hands, it can be a big, ugly, disingenuous waste of time. So do I think nostalgia is taking over pop culture? Nah, not really. But we are on the road to getting there. I just hope that we can see more original ideas succeed in the future, even in the superhero genre. The No Way Homes and Endgames are fun, but let's continue to get more personal solo stories where the universe isn't in jeopardy and you don't have to have a huge team up all the time. And if we do get more nostalgic fan service, even if we like it, let's at least call it for what it is. A cheap way to elicit an emotional reaction. It's okay sometimes, but let's not make it a trend. And it's all up to us, the audience. They'll keep making what we're willing to pay for. But what do you think? Do you think there's too much nostalgia in pop culture lately? Or is this a non-issue to you? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear other opinions on this. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. And until we meet again, peace out.